Katie, and today we're going to be doing one of my Pilates fundamental mini workouts. And this one is focused on hip mobility and strengthening. So as always, we want to be remembering our Pilates breathing. So we want to always ensure that our breath is inhaling through the nose, filling up the back and sides of the lungs with air, and then exhale out through the mouth, drawing that belly button into spine and trying to get rid of all of that breath. And exhale. Good. So to get into our hips, we're going to come down onto the mat. And this is not so much about flexibility or release, it's more about strengthening and improving mobility. So we're going to come down to laying on our mat. Legs are reaching long. Arms are down alongside the body, chin tucked towards the chest, so always creating length through the spine. And depending on how tight you are through the hips, you have an option to keep that supporting knee bent. Okay, so this is going to be easier because then as we start to come into these movements of circling the hips, if that leg is reaching long, you might find it's really challenging, you're a little bit wobbly. So the goal here is to always focus on that stability through the hips. So we only want to work with a range of movement to which we can keep the hips stable. None of this, this is like really nice massage, but it's not doing anything. Okay, so the goal is to try and create that strength and mobility, and maybe identify where there is a bit of a difference on each side, and just try and correct any imbalances. So you can have that supporting knee bent if you like, otherwise extend the leg long. We're going to start with the right knee. So with the right knee, arms pressing down. Again, if you're really struggling with the hip mobility, or hip stability I should say, feel free to take the arms out a little bit wider. But we're going to start by rotating that knee, a circle across the body, back around to center. Inhale, take it away. Exhale, circle it around. Keep it going. Inhale, exhale, so keeping those hips nice and stable. Exhale. Exhale, so a bit more of a smooth movement here. So you're basically drawing a little circle on the ceiling with your knee. If you imagine it like that. Exhale. Last one like that. And reverse the direction. Inhale, take that knee away. Exhale, circling it back. Inhale, take it away. Exhale, circle. Good. Keeping that chin drawing in towards the chest. Noticing any imbalance on each side. I can already feel this hip is super tight. So that's why if there's anything that you're practicing in Pilates that you feel like, I really don't like this, it doesn't feel good, as long as it's not a pain, it's often something that we really need to work on. So it's the one thing we should do. Just two more in that direction. And last one. Drawing that knee back to center, and you can just draw it in towards the chest for a moment. And release that leg back down. Good. Other side, lift that left knee up. And we're going to take it across the body first. Inhale, circle it around. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, exhale. So again, remember, your circle might be this big. It's not about the range of motion, it's about getting the correct movement and that stability. Okay, inhale, exhale. And that might look different on each side as well, and in each direction. Good, 4 more like that. 3, 2, and last one. Good, back to center. Reverse the direction, take that knee away from the body, circle it across and around. Inhale, take it out, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. 4 more like that. breath. Keep the length through the spine. Make sure the rest of the body is not starting to compensate when we fatigue. The last one. Back to center. And draw it into the chest for a nice little release and extend that leg long. Next option here, which is our next stage, is to extend that leg up. So again, depending on how tight the hamstrings are, this is where that bent knee can really, really add value. And I'm just going to walk the hands up and just give myself a nice little stretch through the hamstrings first. And point and flex the foot just because they feel a little bit tight. So this is going to help me to have a little bit more mobility through the hips. Good. So either supporting knee bent or straight. And we're going to make sure that we rotate that leg into a Pilates V position. So you want your heel turned in and your toes pointing out. Same thing. We're going to take the leg out and away from the body, and we're going to exhale to circle it back up and around. Again, the circle might be this big. It's not about the size, it's about the range of movement. Or sorry, the correct movement. It's a nice quick movement here. Keep going, 4 more like that. Making sure those hips are not wobbling at all. If they are, just make the circle a little bit smaller. 2, and last one. Back to center, hold it there. Reverse the direction. Inhale, take it across the body. Exhale, circle it around. Keeping that V position though. Make sure that that foot hasn't started to straighten out. 3 more. 2, and last one. And back to center. Just going to draw that knee in. I'm just going to press it across the body for a nice stretch through the lower back. And if it feels okay through the neck, you can look across towards your right shoulder. You can even stretch that leg out. Get a nice release through the ITB. And come back to center. And again, make sure you're working in the same way as you did on the opposite side. We always want to be balanced. So if you had that supporting knee bent, do the same thing on this side. I'm going to have my extended and I'm just going to reach up again and move my hands up. And get a nice hamstring stretch on this side first. Definitely feeling a lot tighter in this hamstring. Good, so when you're ready, we're going to lay back down, arms pressing long, chin tucked to keep that length through the spine, rotate that foot into a Pilates V position. Inhale, take it away from the body, exhale, circle it up and around. Inhale, take it away, exhale. So we're inhaling as we move it and exhaling as we draw it back up. Inhale, exhale. You have to work through the core here as well and your lower abdominals to keep that pelvis stable. So as with a lot of movements in Pilates, we're not just working one particular area. We're trying to get the whole body functioning correctly. 2 more in this direction. And come back to center. That foot's curved around a little bit, rotate it around so that heel is pointing in, toes are pointing out, and across the body. Inhale, exhale, circle it around. Inhale, exhale, exhale. Good, keep it going. Last 2. And last one. Draw that knee into the chest for a nice release. And press it all the way across the body. And if it feels good, take it through your neck. Work that opposite shoulder down towards the mat and look towards the palm. extend that leg long as well. If you want, just give your ITV a nice massage. And come back to center. And you have finished my Pilates fundamental little mini hip mobility and strengthening exercises. So I hope you could feel a little bit there where those areas of tightness are, and where there might be hyperextension or a little bit of lack of strength. And I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to try some of my other workouts. I'm Katie. Keep smiling.